Good lord. Okay, settle down, phone. Settle. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now, should probably wait for someone. So, what's this? Oh, yes. The script from one of my past videos. Henry on Religion, the month of May. Good lord, that video was over 2 months old now. Actually, see the paper has started to yellow. A little bit. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I certainly can. Especially the back for me has started to yellow, especially with this page. Anyway, Tina must wait for need some subscribers. Not even subscribers, just some viewers, please. Thank you. That would be nice. Okay. Fun fact, it was on this day in 15... What was it? I believe it was 1535. Sir Thomas More was arrested for treason. He was tried, actually. This was his trial. He was found guilty and he was beheaded. In fact, he was canonized as a saint. Stupid. But it was the day that they declare... yeah, it was married to Jane, right. So on this day, July 1st, 1536, and to declare both Mary and Elizabeth illegitimate. So... What is this book? Ooh. Hello, is someone there? Appears we have a viewer. Hello. So, I'm not entirely sure what to talk about. Leave me, of course. But like I said, it was on this day. Yesterday, June 30th, in 1513, I invaded France. As every good English king does, I invaded France. You're not an English king if you haven't invaded France at least once in your lifetime. That's something I stand by. I mean, France, a mortal enemy. You're saying you haven't invaded our one enemy? Our biggest enemy, besides the Pope. Seriously, what kind of king are you? And I better not hear anyone say, oh, but your son never invaded France because he died when he was 15. He didn't live, even rule on his own. He had regents. So it is not physically possible for him to have invaded France. And Mary, good lord, she invades France, and we lose our only territory in France. Very well she left it there. Like, very well she just left it. Like, what good? What good did it do? None. That's what good it did. Oh, is that chapter 4? Oh, one. Chapters. I think that's not important. Now I'm live. Okay, so. Well, indeed. Also, on this day, nothing happened. I think I've covered it all, haven't I? Yeah, I've covered it all. And I covered yesterday. What else could I talk about? Something good, because we're already 5 minutes into the stream. And no one's watching. Indeed. On the 28th of June, in your time at least, I did celebrate my 534th birthday. Occasion, I think, momentous. After all, I mean, you only turn 534 once. Although, technically, I am 51 at the moment. 52, I believe 52. Still. Which reminds me, has anyone seen... No, forget about Mary. Is there any updates on Catherine Parr? Any at all? Because she's still missing. In fact, I even had posters up on my birthday saying she's missing. Anyone know any information? And what happens? I guess none. No information at all. What a rip. Like I'm telling you. Well, what else could I talk about? A whole lot, honestly. Well. Indeed. I have many upcoming projects for this channel. Many of which are still in development. Which is rather sad. No. That's nice. It's rather nice. Something actually enjoyable. And there's me right there. Right, you see me right there? And me there. That's not me, sorry, my father. But that's me right there. Right there, you see? Me. Although, try one of a rose, that would be nice. That's myself. I don't want myself. I want something good, something adequate. Ooh, okay, I could do that. I can do that. That works. What about this one though? No, I'd rather this one. Much better. Much better. Although, I do kind of like my room, so... There we go. Maybe 10 minutes. Wonderful. I haven't done anything. Oh, we do something very cool. Where did I place them? No, don't tell me I've lost them. Oh, there we go. I have these. If you can't tell what these are, they're little mini decapitated heads. They're all deformed. Well, not really. This one is not deformed. Look at that detailing, the texture. It's rather textured bottom. And same with this one. This one is a bit worse, but this one's okay still. And it's still got the textured bottom. This one comes off with more like squished vibes, which was the point. Again, very textured. This one's probably got the most texture of all, because this one was absolutely annihilated. Look at that. It looks like a piece of tree bark. I'm rather proud of them, actually. I really like them. It's kind of funny if I had little holes in the top and I spiked them on little like kebab sticks or whatever. Imagine that. How cool that would be. That would be really cool, actually. I should do that sometime, shouldn't I? I really should. That would be nice. Let me check something. Is it back on? There we go. Well. Oh my god. What if? What if I made these into dice? What if I made little severed head dice? Can you imagine that? Little severed heads, but like a paint with like a bright red paint. And I put like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I would have nice little severed head dice, and like, you know, have a few of them, like Yahtzee. It'd be perfect. And to store them, you spiked them. That would be cool. Ooh, I'm going to make those, I think. Little severed head dice. What's better than the game of Yahtzee without... What's the game of Yahtzee without the severed heads, am I right? Absolutely nothing. I don't have anything else in my royal quarters that people may like. What could I show off? I should be back in a minute. Let me check something. Perhaps I could put this up here. No. That works, I think. It really works. Yeah, I like that. And the air still comes in. Plus, I have a good way to show that I'm busy, or if something comes up and I must go away. Just put down the blinds. And then lift them back up when I need it. It works. So, although no one is currently here, God. Yes, I like this one. This. Maybe asking what this is. It is a mentally unstable Mike Wazowski. Hello! Someone's actually watching. Oh, good. It's you. Perfect. I thank thee. For 15 minutes I've been talking to myself. This is a lovely surprise. So, I know. I remember one day I did get some clay and I thought this would be a very fun thing to do. Mentally unstable. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. I'm sure at least one moment in all of our lives we've been relating to that. I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure of it. Actually, when I had the clay for that, I made these little things. The little deformed severed heads. I thought they were kind of cute. I am not one to be trusted with clay. That is something I will say. Right off the bat. Really? I just got some cheap clay. It wasn't too hard, actually. Okay, I mean... Perhaps, but... Okay, who am I kidding at this point? Like... This is very obviously Thomas More. Who are we kidding? Oh my god, I can line this up my window. Oh my god. I thought of that. So, I'd like to show this off. Well, you wouldn't believe it, but obviously, you know, compared to the might of the king, he is rather tiny. I'd like to show off this. I recently had a portrait painter in court, so this was made. I'm very proud of it, actually. Put it in the dryer. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I did leave that to Cromwell, so I wouldn't be surprised if he actually left it in his coat. So, yeah, that very well makes sense, honestly. This is why you don't trust Cromwell with anything. You trust him with getting you a wife, he fails you. You trust him with getting you the right food, he fails you. All Thomas More has ever done is fail me. Sorry, Thomas Cromwell. Like, what good has he ever done? Besides get rid of Anne Boleyn. And get rid of Anne Boleyn. When it comes to being a monarch, you must show in. Exactly. In fact, I think this one may be Cromwell. I sat on it a little bit, but I very well think that one was Cromwell. Even when you're a monarch, it's hard to trust who is just with you for being the king. Rest in peace, Cromwell. Indeed. I don't know how I ever trusted him. What did I see in him? Nothing. I couldn't have. The only good thing he ever did was get rid of Anne Boleyn. He lasted through 3 wives, which is just sad, honestly, and pathetic. Or should I say more formally, succumbed to slumber in components esteemed, Cromwell. Yeah, I am not a big fan of Cromwell. I mean, I ask, okay, help me get a wife to strengthen our new church. And then he brings me whatever you classify Anne of Cleves as. I don't think that thing is human. Like, oh my god. It's just concerning, . Although I would take Cromwell over Mary, and that's a fact. Because you understand, I'm sure. I mean, Mary even lost us Calais. Made Calais for many years. And Mary, my daughter, is just like her. Yeah, well, not for long. It is a pain when you have to live with a daughter of a wife you despise, who is dead. Although that's most of them. But you get my point. Like, just concerning. Most points. Let's see, do we have anything else? There appears to be a Cromwell in my closet. What should I do now? Need so much I planned. Look, well, probably because I've got to bring everything in, especially the heads. Kind of need the heads. In fact, should I go get the heads? I feel like the stream would be better with more severed heads. What do you think? I feel maybe important for this stream. After all, I mean, you know, they're very important in general. Keep people in line. But indeed, it's on this day, in 1535, actually, Thomas More was tried for treason. Of course, found guilty, of course. Looking back, probably wasn't the best idea, considering I did eventually get rid of Anne and declare Elizabeth illegitimate. So, still debating on whether that was a good thing. But, you know, of course, on this day, though, I also did declare Elizabeth illegitimate. So, I guess she got the last laugh, unfortunately. It's just sad, really. I mean, really, what I should have done, instead of marrying Anne Boleyn, invaded France, took over France, and while having France hang out on this, invaded France. And then, while in France, after invading France twice, I invaded Spain, before going back to France, before invading Germany, then back to France, to invade France once again. You get my point. I don't like France. In fact, I despise France. It's rather annoying. Really, I feel like Anne Boleyn, being at the French court for so long, should have been a warning sign. I mean, I hate the French hate me, I hate the French, I hate the French again. And if she comes from France, I should have known. I really, really should have known. After all. Hey, what's going on? But indeed, like, I mean, messages. There we go. But like still, like, what am I to do? I hate France. Every woman who's supposed to came from France. It's my own fault, really. My own fault. Who am I? Who am I? You know what? I think I know what I shall do. I shall draw. Where be my pencils? No, perhaps I shall paint instead. Nothing's ever gone wrong painting. Although, perhaps first I should indeed lay out a plastic covering to avoid getting the royal carpet dirty. For indeed, even though your servants shall clean it for you, it is not a good mark of a king if you enter of his chambers and his carpet is filled with stains, particularly red, blue, purple, and orange. Extra work, I think. Oh no. Put it down. Now, perhaps I have to find where to put that. It might be a glorious camera. Right there, actually, it works. Okay. This should work out great. Let's start with some gold. Why not? Actually, if I could get this right here, perhaps. I dare say that could work. If I could get it to stay there, though. Definitely, if I get it to stay. Who am I? Who me? I have to move the positioning of my camera. It'll have to be right here. That's better. Much better. I would paint something revolving around the events of this day in history, but to be honest, I don't want to memorialize Cromwell or Mary or Elizabeth. Honestly, no one should, really. I'm told that in modern times Elizabeth is borderline worshipped, which makes me sick. After all, I mean, do you know who her mother was? And then I'm also informed that indeed people know who her mother was, and that's part of the reason they like her. People really like Anne Boleyn in these times, I'm informed. Which I personally think is really stupid. I mean, she was my second wife. Why not, like, I don't know, the third one, like Jane Seymour, perhaps? Or Jane Seymour. Or even Jane Seymour, really. Would work. I mean, like, you know. Perhaps I should do a self-portrait. That could work. What do you think? That's what I'm doing then. Put my initials in now. They would likely be covered up, but hey, am I right? Like, perhaps I'll leave the background white. And actually, I might save my paint. After all, no one wants to waste paint. No, nobody wants to waste good paint that may be, saved. After all, you need paint for many of our. We need paint for many of our ambitions, our important ambitions, such as impressing your enemies, killing your enemies, and of course, getting rid of your wives. Do you have another brush I can use? Better brush. No. This one could work, I think. Ooh, okay, perhaps I shall actually use this brush. For all it seems it shall work. Quite good. Mighty fine. I imagine in your modern times, it is wondrous to see your king painting on a live stream. But at this exact moment, you are going about your day. If you're watching me, you are doing your business at the same time. I am painting. It really shows that, of course, as your king, how wondrous I am. Alright? That's all I am, King of England, and Ireland, and France, although not France, but yes, France. I admit I am no Hans Holbein, but I have made my fair share of works, I'm sure. Any chats? No. Okay. No chats, no. Once I turn them off, which would really not be a good thing. Because, of course, with no one I know watching, I can't really be informed, because usually Anne or someone will be watching. So no reluctance to banish her and to get rid of her completely, and even erase her memory. Yet, What am I to do, alright? Can't fix it. Can't change it. Getting back down low again, so very well I'm going to have to sit down again to paint. Perhaps some of this would look nice, I think. And perhaps, no, there's not enough bright red, I don't think. Although, I guess yes it is, enough red. Of course, need some black as well. After all, I mean, I'll just paint for black. But now, for now, let's continue with my gold. So this is our colour palette. Oh, hello! Here's another person watching. I'm just painting at the moment, and talking while I paint. For indeed, on this day in history, a lot of things have happened. So I might as well paint and just enjoy myself. After all, why not? Right now I'm trying to get a mediocre border in gold. Then I'm going to touch it up and put whatever I want in the middle. But for now, I'm just focused on getting a border that looks okay. Not like professional like painting, just something nice that I myself can enjoy. Considering using some other brushes to try and add some texture or something to it. I think that might look nice. After all, I mean, you need some sort of, you know. I forgot what I was saying. So try and touch the edges up a little bit. I want it to look sort of like, although it is not straight, I want to give it the illusion of like, you know, being okay. And I would, of course, I'll have to cover it up. Some sort of paint, at least. Some colour. The colour looks best, I think. Well, right now I'm using a very limited colour palette. I mean, I'm using what? Red, green, black, and gold. So add some touch-ups. Imagine if while I'm doing this, just some major world event happens. It'd be hilarious. I think so, at least. Okay, now, where should I put this? Just try and... I am not a very steady hand, if you couldn't tell. So this is like very mediocre work. But I'm sure in time, with much practice, much fun, I shall get a bit better. After all, I mean, as long as I enjoy it, right? That's the main thing. Same with live streaming. Even if no one watches it, at least I'm enjoying it. I like how that turned out right there. Might want to like fix this up there, give some touch-ups, I think. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. That looks much better, actually. Okay, now painted the bottom part yet, like down here, because it's kind of covered by the easel. So, and again, who's going to care if I get paint on my easel? The whole point is to lay the canvas on when you're painting. So, I'll just wipe it off really if I need to. Right? Right. Should put my signature a bit farther up. HR Henry Rex. Here's someone's hounds. One sounds much like a chihuahua for me, and I personally do not like chihuahuas. Honestly, I'm considering passing a law, being Henry VIII, King of England and all that. Banning chihuahuas, for they are like devil's spawn, whatever I can call them, really. Just to get them banned from my court. Not an insult to people with chihuahuas or chihuahuas themselves. It's just I personally am not a big fan of them. They are rather scary, actually. I know they're only tiny little things, but can't blame me. After all, there are people out there who are scared of spiders, including me as well. I'm not making a good case here for myself, honestly. I might have to go back in later on to touch up the gold. So for now, let me just lay some brushes up here, because I'll need that one. I'll need that one on later as well. So next, I think. Oh, I have an idea. Get some purple. I don't think I have any brown, which might stop me from doing this, actually. What I plan to do is maybe do a little garden scene. Got some paint on me. Do I have any brown, actually? No, it appears I do not. I'm not using gold. Still two people. Okay. So, well, actually, what if I get some blue and I do the sky? That could work. It'd be fun, actually, I think. And yes, I painted the border before the middle image. My plan was to do a person, and I'm not doing a person anymore. Sue me. I know I'm not going to do the edges yet because they're not fully dried. And I want it to look good, so I focus on the middle part. After all, why not? Need some spots to be like clouds. It's very rare I find, you get a cloudless day. A little dabbing on the paint also will make it a bit more realistic. And no one's watching anymore? Okay, well, too bad for them. I got a notification a minute ago from Anne. And I need to see what Anne has said. So she'll be back. It was something stupid. I'm live again. Okay, good. Anne was just messaging me something. Oh, hello, whoever that is. I'm painting. At the moment. Can't really see what I'm painting at the moment, but I'm sure in the end it should all be worth it. I should move this in a bit, actually. So I may actually sit down with the paint. Actually, what happens if I mix in time for some unprofessional paint mixing? I'm not good at mixing paints. And then of course, I get some this blue, put on top of that. But then I bring in some of this blue, what I'm using currently. I might just add some more to it because better off that way, really. That way I have to get the right amount that I need to mix. This colour better turn out good because, well, otherwise I just wasted paint. I reckon we had a hint of purple. Just pick up some purple, put it in. Really only is a hint of purple though. Oh yeah, I have mixed perfect colour. Can you see that? That's good. Really good actually. Oh yeah, that's more of a sky colour. I don't care who's watching this really. Like I said earlier, as long as I'm enjoying it. Oh, hello. Don't know who that is watching, but this is someone. Sorry for not talking, I've been caught up in painting. Haven't been focused on the camera for a while. I want to see where else I can put the camera so I can still paint while actually seeing the camera. Would this work? Or perhaps right here. No. Actually, 1 second. Oops, sorry. Listen. Give me a second. If I move this box ever so much up here, move back a bit. Can I get fair? I put it up there. Then I go here. Much better. Now I can actually be seen. It's much nicer for me. By the way, I'm still going to end up moving the camera a bit, but hey, you only do what you can do. I'm not sure what I'm painting right now. I'm planning on doing a landscape, okay? What I want to do is a nice landscape with, like, maybe maybe some trees or flowers. Right now I'm working on the sky because I feel like the top of the starting to get the top done. Because that's I feel like is the easiest. You know, that's standing. Bottom part you either have to lean or you have to sit. Then it's much harder to find a place to put your camera. This may have to be a series of live streams, honestly. That's my plan. It's a nice series of live streams. Okay, well. I might go back up to the top for some touch-ups. As I'm slowly going down farther with the paint. It'll look much nicer in a minute. Soon I shall start with the green before I finish the sky. So at least then the sky will be like, you know, able to cover up any imperfections or parts of the grass I don't like. In fact, I might do that now. Get some green. Now, don't assume I'm gone. I'm just adding a thin coat of green to the bottom. So at least that way I will have it all planned out. Actually, I know what to do. I shall get this brush, put it in the green, and just apply it. Because at least that way I can use it to get texture, but I can also use it, you know, to like apply more paint at once, you know, before I have to, you know, like texture it. Because at least when you texture it, you know, you can do that later on, really. It's the painting process. But at the beginning, at least, you know, it's nice to get all the green in. Then go in to texture it. Well, you can before it dries. I find a nice time to do it is when it's just a little bit into the drying process, because that way, you know, some bits are hardened already a little bit, so that way the texturing will be less there. It's nice, especially if some bits have thinner coating than others, because then they tend to set rather quicker, and then you can have some smooth spots, some textured spots. You know, it all works out in the end. Okay, that should be the grass done, honestly. A little bit of thin coat here. Try and create like a hill-like look. But yeah. Okay, now back to the sky I shall go. Because you need to have good skyline. Really, you need to have good skyline in general, but especially if you needed to compensate alongside the grass or anything else you're painting, really. Well, I'm no expert painter, of course. These are just things I tend to do when I go by. But it's not that bad right now, at least for me. I like it. That matters. So Okay, so I'm thinking this might be an appropriate time to end the live. So this is what I got done. Not that great, but I'm proud of it. So these are my subjects. I think this is where I shall end my live stream. So see you all very soon. Probably the next live stream, whatever that is. So until then, goodbye.